The newly shaped Orthodoxy Chapel of Ukraine has been given autonomy, labeling a historical break of the Russki Chapel. Ecumenism Patriarch Bartholomew, the chief of the World Orthodoxy Chapel, has signed a paper in Istanbul, Turkey, to how impact. It formalizes an October ad. The go has caused a angry answer in Russia, wherever the chapel has break-off links, deep a break in the World Orthodoxy Chapel. Ukraine's churches include for centuries been by the credibility of the leaders of the Russki Orthodoxy Chapel in Moscow. The Patriarch has signed which is named as a Tomos, a edict formally recognition and freelance Ukraine Orthodoxy Chapel, in the presence of Ukraine CEO Petro Poroshenko, who passing to Istanbul for the event. Istanbul remained the center of the Orthodoxy Chapel following the Muslim Turkish Turks held the town, later named as Constantinople, in the 15th age. The occasion at St. George's Council was speaked well on Ukraine TV. The Tomos will be presented above on Saturday, and driven behind to Ukraine on which is the Orthodoxy Yuletide threshold. On Monday, Yuletide Day, a festivity and gathering will get location in center Kiev. The Ukraine Orthodoxy Chapel has been by the Moscow Patriarchy for centuries. But tensions during the chapel installed following Ukraine became freelance in 1991, in the crash of the Soviets Association. Up the justice detained in Kiev in December wherever the break was announced, down there were 3 Orthodoxy Chapel branch in Ukraine, currently, priests of the Kiev Patriarchy and the Autocephaly Chapel be members of the new chapel, the Orthodoxy Chapel of Ukraine. The driving for Ukraine Orthodoxy autonomy strengthened in 2014, while Russia annexed Crimean Peninsula and Russia-backed separatists withdrawn a big bandage of area in East Ukraine. The Moscow branches of the Ukraine Chapel has rejected accusations how it acts as an instrument of the Kremlin, and says it has tested to give on world in East Ukraine. Over the year, the Ecumenism Patriarchy of Constantinople overruled its judgment date behind to 1686 to transmission its jurisdictional above Kievan Orthodoxy churches, named as the Kievan capital, to Moscow. Now Moscow fears loser lot of its 12,000 parishes in Ukraine. Constantinople holds influence above more than rather than 300 millionth Orthodoxy Christians through the planet.